Hey, what's going on, guys? And welcome back to episode number 25 of the Jersey to Vegas podcast. My name is Pete, and if you don't know, and the first time here to this channel or podcast, we talk about mental health, physical health, and a bunch of stuff that revolves around making big changes inside your life. And for me, I moved from New Jersey to Las Vegas in order to kind of, who knows why the fuck I'm here, honestly. But today, we're going to talk about a couple things like seasonal effectiveness disorder or seasonal depression, people would call it. What am I doing presently in therapy to try to get through this? We're also going to go through some questions via Instagram that have been posted up to me, so we cover those as always, and then we just talk. That's what we're going to do today. But let's shout out the Patreon crew. Thank you guys so much. They've helped so much in this time of transition and trying to build this channel and podcast, and I am very appreciative of our patrons. And if you want to, definitely check out www.patreon.com/Jersey to Vegas, and you can check out how you can help out the channel as well. To our sponsors, Mr. Greenville Roasters. Man, I think I'm messing up the thing. So Greenville Coffee, thank you so much for the coffee. I appreciate it, and it's always a great cup. It's like an experience, so make sure you guys check that out. And then if you're in the Nutley, Belleville, Bloomfield area, check out Boost Fitness or Boost Sports Performance in Nutley, New Jersey. There's 2 gyms there. One will be opening up soon on Center Street. And if you guys are looking for some workouts, some fat loss, some group stuff, definitely check it out there because those are our sponsors here for Jersey to Vegas. And I do and am appreciative of you guys. So it's getting dark earlier. The question to me was, am I going to feel it? Like, am I going to feel this seasonal depression that I felt in New Jersey year after year after year? And I thought I wasn't going to. You know, there's so much sunlight here. There's so much more sunlight here, less rain. But once the clocks turned, man, I did not want to do anything. I don't want to do shit. It's crazy how fast I went from being so gung-ho about going out and writing and doing stand-up or even like trying to find a job or doing something to like, I don't want to do anything, like at all. It's hard. It's work now to get up and drive to a comedy club or an open mic in order to do some stand-up. It's very difficult. It's becoming a job to get up to go work out or get up to bring the dogs to the park. I feel it. I thought it wasn't going to happen. So let's define it first, right? If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, SAD is seasonal affective disorder. Not being sad. We're talking about the acronym for seasonal affective disorder, which is a mood disorder characterized by depression that occurs at the same time every year. Seasonal affective disorder occurs in climates where there is less sunlight at certain times of the year. Isn't that some shit? It really is when the sun just goes down, not how much sun you actually get. Now, I used to get it in New Jersey, and, you know, especially when it is November, I always say, like, near my birthday is when I'm going to start being upset. And it kind of happens because that's the same time when we put the clocks back, or we fall back, they would say. Seasonal anxiety a thing? Is seasonal anxiety a thing? The National Institute of Mental Health defines seasonal anxiety disorders as a type of depression that comes and goes with seasons, typically starting in the late fall and early winter and going all the way through the spring and the summer. While summer depression is prevalent, it's not as typical as the winter blues. So if you have feelings of depression, feelings of lost, feelings of not being excited about things, you never know. You never know. I feel like I'm wheezing today. I'm wheezing because I ate donuts last night. I was probably allergic to it. But yeah, I guess the seasonal affective disorder is going to affect me here, and I'm feeling it, man. Like, I don't want to, like, I have a mic tomorrow and Wednesday, and I don't want to go because I just don't want to go. Like, not because I hate it. I try to write, and I write it, and then I'm just not excited about stuff because the only thing that I feel is like this feeling of emptiness, right? And this was the same thing, which scares me sometimes because this time last year, I was not good. All right, let's go to this. Let's do this really fast, and let's read an excerpt from the date of today. to what it is. Okay, the book is called I'm Not Okay. It should be coming out soon. I just got all the packaging ready for it. All right, December 6th. Let's find it. Oh boy, that doesn't look good. So my uncle passed. I remember that. That wasn't fun. And having to choose between them. We could read this one. All right. Oof. I don't know if I want to. All right, here we go. This is where I was last year. Okay. I'm angry. I'm sad. I'm lost. I just want to take a hot knife to my arm because it hurts. And then the hurt is gone. That feels great. So what is my worth? What do I care what my worth is? On this day, I'm supposed to be helping and hanging with my family. Instead, I'm thinking about others, so let's fuck them. I don't know how to deal with it. Maybe a physical pain because it hurts, and it hurts so bad. But it feels better once it's done. So what is your self-worth? I don't even know anymore. What is your worth? That I do not know. I'm never right. I'm never correct. I never make the right decisions. Or do I? Well, the reinforcement of my upbringing shows that I'm not. I'm not perfect. In most of my life, I am not right. So what is my worth? What is my life worth? Anything? Do I even accumulate any worth outside of my family? You can't really live if you realize you can't really live if you don't realize your self-worth. Wow, that's a reading, a journal entry, because that's where I was, because December 4th moving forward is the day that I attempted to leave this planet. And it's a very choking, touching, and sensitive subject, but it's real, and that's where it's at. And that was one piece or excerpt of the book there. And I just know the seasonal affective disorder definitely escalated the way I was feeling, and the way I was doing things. Because regardless, I was not in a good place last year at all. This year, I'm in a better place for sure. Like, I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be around. I just feel not as motivated. I feel a little lost. I feel a little bit redundant, like over and over again, like it's Groundhog's Day. It's the same day over and over and over again. Maybe it's because I structure the days so much. Maybe it's because the activities that I try to do, I'm not sure. But what I do know is that seasonal affective disorder is real. Like, it's real. If you guys are questioning that and have to think if it is real or not, it's there. But at the same time, if you feel kind of the way I'm explaining, why not take a self-test and see if you actually have it? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just it's part of what it is. It's part of the cycles. They call it the winter blues for a reason, because people just don't feel good in the winters because the lights go down and it feels like the days are so much shorter. Like, you ever go outside and it's like 4, and you're like, all right, I'm going to go take a walk. And then you go inside and you take a dump. And you go back outside, and then it's dark. And now it's like, is it 8 o'clock already? Did I take a dump for 4 hours? No, it just is darker faster. And it doesn't matter where you are in this world, I guess, or in this country. It can affect you in New Jersey. It can affect you in Las Vegas. And I'm learning that right now. It's funny how the journal entry talked about self-worth, right? Because that's kind of where I'm at now with therapy. In therapy, I'm talking a lot about, we're trying to find out, what is happiness? That's always a question, right? Happiness. What is it? Is it real? Is it something that we do? Is it something that we just go through? But she wanted me not only to define happiness in life, but she wanted me to define happiness in relationship. And I started automatically going to thinking about my wife and thinking about my kids. Oh yeah, my relationship with my wife is good. We communicate, we do this, we make sure we go out and we go here, and we communicate with the kids, and me and the kids have a good relationship because we're always together and we're doing all these things. But then I stopped to think that those things are making me happy. Right? But what's the real question with happiness in a relationship? Is, are you happy with yourself? And that's what that's what came out of it to me. Am I happy with me? Am I happy with my self-worth? And it's funny that journal entry talked about self-worth. Like, do I feel I'm worthy of anything? And that's where I'm at. And that's what I'm thinking about. And she's making me make a collage or a vision board. So it's in my room right now. And there's things on there that kind of help me decipher my happiness with a relationship with myself, rather than the relationship with my wife, or relationship with my friends, or relationship with my kids, which is something that I always put first. Right now, I don't know if it's a trick question or if it was just this is what I came out of it. But to me, there is no happiness if you're not happy with yourself. So the most important relationship is you and you. How is that going? Can you define it? What are the things that make you happy, or are you happy about you? These are the questions that, I keep saying these are the questions, but these are the questions that go through my head, and I have to and will find an answer to that, because I can't answer that fast. It's a tough question, especially a person like me who puts everybody in front. Everybody goes in front. You know how much anxiety I get about thinking about the people upstairs, or thinking about the people next door to us, if we're making too much noise, or are they complaining about us, or do they smell my cooking? Weird shit like that fucking ruminates in my head until it completely, I'm crazy. When I should say, who gives a fuck? Like, who gives a shit? Right? Who cares? But I do. I do care. Too much. Where it ruins my day. And that's something I'm working on, and something I have to work on. So what's the relationship with myself? I would say not too good. Not too good right now. And I wish it were better, but that's the work I have to put in. I have to realize and understand what it is that makes me happy about me, and then really express that and really move towards that. So the question for when on break is your self-worth, and what's your relationship with yourself? The happiness, define happiness in your relationship. I'll go towards my wife, my kids, my friends. Where what we should really be looking at is, how's the relationship within you? How's the relationship within, do you even like yourself at all? Are you like running from diet to try to transform your body to feel better about yourself? Are you fucking hating yourself more because of the clothes that you wear and the things that you decide to wear throughout the day? Do you not like yourself in the mirror? Do you not like the stand? Do you even take pictures of yourself? Because these are the things I don't do, right? Because I do. These are the things that I do. I jump from fucking diet plan to diet plan because I hate the way my body looks. I change my clothes like 3 times a day because I don't like how something feels, or how something wears, or how something looks. I look in the mirror, and I don't fucking like him. I don't fucking like him. There's something with him. Something wrong with that guy in the mirror. But I'm working. But I'm working to love him. I'm working to build that relationship with him. Him is me, by the way. I'm not talking about another partner that I have that's male. I'm talking about me. Being comfortable with, like, the things I eat. Being comfortable with the things that I wear. Being comfortable with me brushing my teeth and being able to look at myself in the eyes and say, I fucking like that guy. I love that guy. It's a difficult task for me to do. Why? I don't fucking know. I don't understand. I don't understand why. But that is the work that we have to put into our lives. And it's going to be consistent. It's not going to be like, hey, one day, it's like, hey, this is it. You fucking feel great about yourself finally. No, it's not like that. It's consistent work over and over and over again. Finding self-love, self-worth, self-acceptance is a lot of work. Depending on your past, depending on your, I don't know, fucking word for that. I don't know what I'm talking about. But it's going to be a lot of work. And it's going to be a lot of consistent work. So I do things like talk to myself in the mirror. I do things like write myself notes. I do things by writing things that I'm grateful for. I do this every day. And I still hate myself. But that's just part of this process, I guess. That's just part of this phase. Because it's been years that I'm not happy with myself. But this is the first year that I'm actually trying to do something about it. So that's progress, right? I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to love myself more. I'm trying to find out more about, does it even matter? About the things that I do? Like, I guess you get as many likes on Instagram. Someone texted me that. It's like, you can get as many likes on Instagram as you want, right? You can sell as many t-shirts as you can, but it doesn't mean it's going to help you love yourself. Keep checking the comments, keep checking the things. I get that. I think it's important to be there, especially if you're in business, to market. But your character shouldn't be based off the like. Your self-worth and self-love shouldn't be based off other people's opinion of you. There's a lot of times that I sit down and think, am I worth me? Yeah, I am. Because without me, there would be a lot less of other things. Man, I wish you guys could really understand like what goes on inside here. Because it rambles, right? It goes over and over and over and over again. And I can easily go negative. I can easily go fucking negative. So easy. It's so hard for me to be like, yeah, let's get them. I could do a fake. I could put a fucking Facebook status up, like, live forever, never die. Like, I always do something like that. And people are like, yeah, that's great, sounds good. Let's do it, Coach Pete. Yeah, fantastic. But inside, I'm like, fucking kill me. Fucking please. Please, someone end my life. But these are the fights. These are the fights we have day to day. These are the fights we're going to have in our lives. Some days are going to be really good. Some days are going to be a fight. For me, I have a fight all the time. And then I feel really good. But right now I could feel the depression's coming in. It's swinging the other way. So I try to stay as consistent as I can with the things that I do in the times of being depressed, or the times of being down, and times of being, I want to say negative, right? I want to be negative, but I try not to be. I try to be a little bit more positive. I try not to let things bother me as much. I try to let things go. I started meditating again. I always do it, then I always let it go. But there's no such thing as the end of it. It's a practice. And sometimes you fall off. All you gotta do is jump back on. Because I have to make sure that I let the things kind of pass. Because the thoughts that I have are very aggressive thoughts. Thoughts that you have to shake your head at. Like, that's not real. Shut up, Pete. Like those thoughts. Like I have thoughts like that. Where I have to just say, you know what? It's a thought. Peace. See you later. Bing bong. It's back. And then see you later again. And that's what meditation really helps me do. I'm sure there's a lot of cognitive advantages, which means brain advantages of meditation as well as life advantages. But for me, it just helps me deal with my ruminating thoughts. The thoughts that aren't that nice. I don't want to put a judgment on it. I was like, those ones that are not good. No, they're just not that nice. That's all. They're still thoughts, and that's okay. It's okay to have thoughts. If I said those are bad thoughts, well then, that's a judgment on my thought. But it's just not that nice. A thought that is not nice. So let's go to the questions. Question for today is, all right, we only got two. We got two questions. Cool. I'm cool with that. Number one, what are you doing a workout? Are you still working out? Pretty much in a long form sentence. Yes, I am still working out. I do it whenever I can. I'm still following the same program from Smitty, Ageless Athlete, with a little bit of mix of some cardio that I can do on my own when I can. But here's the thing that I'm getting from this the most. I have not been in pain in a long time. Okay, I have stiffness and, be careful. But I think a lot of it is just trained movement patterns that kind of, I'm always if I'm going to take a shit, to sit down, I always usually feel like a pinch in my left butt cheek. So I always am scared it's going to pinch. So it's you're always cautious, and I always drop down slow just in case. But then when I get down there, nothing really happens. So it's just when you get those zingers, and if you ever had those zingers before, they just don't feel nice. So what I'm learning is that I'm doing a lot more pre-warm-up, intra-warm-up, and then post-warm cool-down. Right? Really adding those into my mix. I'm not pressing it as much as I used to. I'm not taking to the point of let's kill it. I'm kind of letting my body find a regulatory way to work out. And I'm getting it in. I'm getting in at least 4 workouts per week. And the main thing I'm also getting from it is now this is from Neil, right? Like, what's your macro cycle? Meaning, what's your goal overall? My goal overall is just to be healthy and to keep fitness in part of my life. Which means if I only do 2 days this week because I had a bad week, it's not over. If I scheduled 3 to 4 times per week at this gym and I only made it 2 because I felt like absolute shit, then so be it. Because the journey is not over. And I feel like everyone does that. It's like, oh man, I signed up for 3 times a week. I made a commitment 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I got to make sure I do it. And trust me, I know what you're saying. I fucking ran a gym for 12 years. I understand what you're saying. We're the ones that hold you committed to that. But there's some fucking weeks that just suck. There's some weeks that just don't feel good. There's some days that you want to just put your head under a cover and fucking watch a movie. And you know what? There should be nothing wrong with that. Because you could still get up tomorrow and you can work out again. No one here is a fucking machine. And if you are, good for you. Good for you. But you know what? I'm not. I'm no longer that type of machine. I'm here for the long run. And when I changed that approach inside my brain, it got so much easier for me to work out. Because I didn't have this pressure anymore to say, I have to do this, nope, I got to do this. And then Monday I got cardio, and Tuesday I got cardio, and Wednesday I got to work out, and I got to kill it, and I got to kill it on Friday. All that pressure goes away. And that's for me. And I want you to understand that you have to find out what is yours. What is your sequence? What is your pattern? If you're the type of person that needs to do it 6 days a week, but you're getting hurt the whole time and shit doesn't feel right and you feel depressed, well, then what the fuck's the point? You're trying to mask your emotions through physical activity. I've done it. I've been there. Check it out. Last year, all year long, pounded away till I was in pain. I loved pain because it felt better than what I was feeling inside my body or inside my head. So that's what I'm doing for working out. Hopefully you guys enjoy that one. I'm going to take a quick break because I can't breathe. So let's get to the last question. Last question is from my asshole wife again. I think she likes asking these questions. Is where are we going to go on date night? Now, notice how we talked about before relationships with your spouse or relationship with your kids. Like we try to plan things and do things as much as I don't want to do them half the time because they're fucking preposterous because I have to drive. I'm the one that drives everywhere because I'm the one with a license. Oh, by the way, I have a Nevada license, not a Nevada. I'm not from here. Okay, I'm from New Jersey. So I'm going to say Nevada. If I was from here, I'd say Nevada. And then everyone would complain that I say Nevada. That's like when fucking people talk about mozzarella versus mozzarella. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? I'm still going to live here and I'm still going to eat cheese. Who cares if it's called mozzarella or mozzarella or Nevada or Nevada? And I also say coffee, not caffee.
If you would like some coffee, you want some coffee?
It's not a caffee. It's fucking coffee. C-O-F fucking E-E. It might be another F in there. I don't know. I hope there is. C-O-F-F-E-E. I don't fucking know. I just drink it. Is it tomato or tomato? Is it tomato or is it tomato? Are you fucking British? So who gives a shit? You're still eating it. It's red. It comes from a plant. It's a tomato or a tomato. Who cares? What's the big fucking deal? Nevada.
I got a cold because I'm from Nevada.
Hey, what's up? I'm from Nevada. That's it. Does it still describe a state next to California? Absolutely does. So then what's the deal with saying it differently? Just fucking venting right now. Because I don't want to change it. Why do I have to change? Why do I have to change the way I say things? So people understand me better? Or just so I'm accepted to a club? Is that it? Like you didn't understand Nevada and Nevada? Or is it just because you want me to be a part of your club? I'm not part of anyone's club. I'm part of my language. I'm part of my club. My club's pretty cool. I like my club. We play emo music and we break dance. So my club sounds fun. Like if I said New Jersey, no, it's New Jersey. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't fucking make sense. New Jersey. And everyone says that anyway. Oh, you're from New Jersey? Yeah, because everyone says it like that. Everyone says New Jersey, like New Jersey. Like they have a cold again.
Oh my God, I'm from New Jersey.
All right, I'm gonna stop now. Fucking, what the fuck am I even talking about? So, let's go back to how we started. Next question that came in is, what are you doing for date night? I don't know. What am I doing for date night? Probably gonna eat and then go do something. Probably just leave the house. So, Abuela's coming, maybe in 2 weeks. Abuela means grandmother in Spanish. So the kid's grandmother, and Nat's mom, is coming for like a month, I think. So we're trying to, of course, my wife wants to plan everything every day for the next fucking month. So now all I'm going to do is drive and, spend gas money because she wants to do all this weird shit always when someone comes here and can watch the children. I don't know where we're going to go. I don't have any thoughts or plans right now. I just know we're going to eat because eating is fun. But what I have to do now is find a place that I can eat. And that's always even funner and then not that fun for her. But we will find places and we'll find that balance. So where we're going to go? Wherever. Wherever you have written down in the calendar because you're in charge, most likely. So I definitely have no say. No say nada. No say nada. So guys, with that said, thank you guys so much for coming out today. My name is Pete from the Jersey to Vegas podcast. I'm glad. If you guys have any questions, definitely message me. You could text me. You could email me. It's pretty simple. I'm out there, PeteIsip@gmail.com. You could always email me. But thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for coming out today and watching and or listening to this podcast. And we'll be back next week. This whole December, I got locked in. I have a couple coaches, but I also have stand-up comics from Las Vegas. So it'll be our first kind of podcast with Vegas natives and or comedians on this podcast that also deal with mental health issues. We're not just going to go and talk and try to be funny. When you're in comedy, you're most likely have some underlying thing wrong with you because there's things that you want to talk about, things you want to get off your chest, right? And you want it to be funny in order to express those feelings or emotions. So it's going to be cool. So I can't wait for it. I'm actually very excited for it. And that's it. All right. So if you haven't, subscribe to the channel and subscribe to this podcast, and we'll see you guys later. All right. Thank you for coming out. Peace out, everybody's.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from Pete, you can follow him on Instagram at Pete Isip. Thanks again, and see you next week. Bye-bye.